Okay, so let me start off with a brief intro about what we are going to discuss today. So, this presentation or the podcast is essentially going to be about engineering and the future opportunities with it. So, we are basically going to talk about a lot of verticals within engineering, and then we'll also discuss the future opportunities, right? So, many students can do masters or the other things which we'll talk about later. And we basically want to discuss about which engineering vertical would be good for you. So each individual might have different interests, and accordingly, we can, decide or at least shortlist the engineering verticals that you should go ahead with. Okay. So may I know how many students here are from 11th class? Can I get a show of hands over here? Okay. And 12th? Okay, so I hope everyone is from the science stream itself, right? PCM.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, awesome. So how many of you guys are choosing computer science as your 11th and 12th optional subject? Okay, a lot of hands. Okay, awesome. All right. So I am from computer science background, so I'm going to discuss more on computer science. And if you have any questions, you can ask at the Q&A slide. So I have some Q&A slides inserted between the presentation. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I want this to be an interactive session so that we can clarify your doubts. And if not possible in today's presentation, you can also reach out to me personally. So you can take my contact info from the organizers and reach out maybe after this session. Okay. Okay, so let me start off with a brief introduction about myself, right? So I was also a student of Children's Academy, so I have been through those halls. So it is very delightful moment for me to address you all because I've been there. So my education has been from Children's Academy and Birla School Haldwani, and later on I completed my BTech CSE from Graphic Era University in Dehradun. Post which I was employed with Morgan Stanley as a consultant in Bangalore. So I've been here for almost 2 years, and the same insights I want to share with you, whatever I did throughout my journey, right? So we are going to discuss on that. So currently, just to give you a context about what my work is, I basically work as a software engineer. So I'm working in the private banking sector. So we work like we have SBI in India, right? So there is a bank registered with Morgan Stanley in Asia region, Hong Kong and Singapore. So we are working with them to develop applications. My major tech stack is backend, but I also work a little bit on front end as well. So yeah, that is there from a brief intro. And now maybe let's get started with the actual slides, okay? All right. So first we are going to discuss about computer engineering, or also known as computer science engineering, right? So here in India, a lot of people choose CSE majorly because the salaries are very, very good. But I think you should not always choose a stream because of the salaries, right? Because many people I see around, they end up choosing CSE, but they don't actually like it. So many people are choosing this only for the salaries, but not the actual interest. So definitely there is a lot of potential, lot of good salaries around computer science engineering. But also there is something called mental peace, right? So we want to go with the stream which you actually like. So CSE is a very interesting subject actually. We use it in our day-to-day lives, right? So you might be using your mobile apps, you might be using social media apps, right? So all of that is possible only because of software engineers. So in our day-to-day lives, we are using it a lot, and there is a lot of applications going ahead as well. So you might know that AI is one of the hot topics right now. So everyone in the industry is also talking about it. So a lot of things are going around, and there are a lot of career opportunities with CSE as well. So I don't see this branch going, out of scope in the near future. So if you're not sure on what branch to choose with engineering, you can definitely go ahead with CSE as one of the options because it has a lot of scope. And within CSE also, we have a lot of verticals. So it's not just developing applications. You have AI, ML, data science, cloud computing, cybersecurity, right? So a lot of career options open up if you choose computer science engineering. So let me move ahead with the verticals. So we'll discuss a high level overview about these verticals, right? So I'm not covering everything. I'm just choosing topics which are majorly used in our CSE branch, right? There are a lot of other topics as well. So I haven't included IoT as of now. So Internet of Things is also one of the interesting topics. But yeah, let's touch upon these majorly chosen verticals within computer science engineering. So first of all, AI and ML, I think a lot of people be already aware that AI is on a blast in 2024 and 2025, right? So how many of you guys are using AI in your day-to-day lives, apart from creating reels and all? Show of hands. Okay. Okay, I see a lot of people are using. May I know what you guys are using? Can you pass on the mic to one of the students?
It's mostly ChatGPT and chatbots
Okay, so you're using ChatGPT for majorly what purpose?
because school projects, homework, and learning some new things research based.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, that's amazing actually. So, can you guys tell me how much time this PPT would have took me to create? A wild guess.
Maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So this entire PPT is generated by AI, and if this was maybe 2020 or 2019 when AI was not in a boom, so this entire presentation might have taken an entire day, right? So just see how much time it saves. So there's a lot with AI going ahead. One of the topics which you can definitely choose and explore. So I would recommend everyone, maybe at the end of the session, those who are not using AI already, maybe we'll give a bonus kind of a session where we can talk a little bit about ChatGPT and the other bots available, right? So yeah, AI and ML is one of the booming fields. So you can definitely you know check it out once. And if you like going through and what are the future opportunities, you can definitely go ahead and choose AI and ML as one of your specializations for CSE. Now, second is cybersecurity. I see very less people choose cybersecurity, but there is a lot of scope with cybersecurity. Since not everyone is doing it, it increases the chances of you getting jobs or getting better at it. So cybersecurity is something which will never go out of scope because we as developers cannot ensure the security of our applications standalone. So we need an entire department who can do testing on our applications to ensure that they are secure. So cybersecurity is one of the fields which is less popular in India, but I think a lot of opportunities are there, and if you are really good with it, you will definitely land a good job. So cybersecurity is one. Science. So data science is one of the most high paying jobs or the verticals within CSE. So basically what data scientists do is they do analysis on a huge data set. So companies like Facebook, Instagram or and Meta entirely, right? So all of the major companies have a big data set. So their data is in terabytes or even more. So these kind of data cannot be analyzed directly through humans, right? So they write code to visualize and create statistics around it so that the business can take decisions accordingly, right? So data science is also one of the most interesting fields within computer engineering which you can explore. Now, moving on, cloud computing, I think many people might have heard about it already. So, cloud computing is also one of the fields which I personally have worked with, and I think everyone in CSE should do it regardless of choosing it as a specialization. So, cloud computing, in a gist, if I tell you, so it's something like layman terms, you basically have machines of someone else, right? So there is AWS, which is of Amazon. So they rent out their machines to you so that you can use them for development purposes. So you can deploy your applications there. You can use it to train your machine learning models, or basically renting out machines, right? In a very higher level overview. So it's much more than that. And it's a very needed thing. So cloud computing is definitely one thing which you should do regardless of which stream you go into. I mean, in within CSE, right? So even if you chose core software development or core computer engineering, you should definitely learn about cloud computing. So these are the major verticals. Now there is a basic vertical which most of the people already do, and myself, I am within software development. So software development means creating applications. So as the name suggests, right? You're just creating applications. It can be mobile applications, it can be web-based projects, or it can be your backend systems as well. So developing applications come under the software development scope. So these are the major topics within computer engineering that you can explore. Some of the honorary mentions over here are definitely IoT. So Internet of Things is something I think which you might already know about. Now, it means basically connecting your devices through the internet, right? So you can have fans controlled from your mobile phone. You can have your tube lights controlled from your mobile phone. So how it is happening? You just connected your devices to the internet. So now you're able to control it from anywhere around the world. So that is also one of the most interesting topics which you can choose. Okay. So this is a higher level overview. If you have more questions or more doubts, maybe in the Q&A you can ask, or you can also connect with me later on to discuss on this. Okay. So moving ahead, the most exciting part, right? What is the salary if I do all this? So if you Google this stuff, the entry level salary will come around 4 to 7 LPA. But that is a very low range, I believe. If you are good enough and if you work hard enough, 6 LPA is very easy to get in today's world. So 6 is like you can, if you're decent enough, you can develop applications, you're able to build the logics, right? Then you will easily land 6 to 12 range. And those who are extremely good, they can even get packages of 24 plus. So this I am mentioning because I am in this field, so I know about the industry expectations. I have many friends who are already working at around 50 LPS. So within 2 years of experience, they are earning a salary of more than 1 lakh rupees per month after taxes, right? So there is definitely a lot of scope and money within this field, but only when you are interested enough. So if a person who doesn't like computer engineering, they choose it for the salaries, they'll end up getting frustrated and confused. So you will do something which you don't like, and definitely a person who is interested in that field will beat you to it, right? So the person who is interested will definitely work harder than you. So choose computer engineering if you genuinely feel that it is interesting to you and you can do it for your entire life, right? So yeah, this is what is expected salaries from computer engineering. Mid level is 12 to 24. Again, depends on your skill set. And senior roles, it's very easy to get 30 plus if you are more than 5 years of experience. So these are yearly annual packages we are talking about. The real figures depend on a lot of things. So that might change. Okay. Okay, I see a show of hands. Yeah, this is Q&A, so maybe you can ask questions one by one. Any questions till now? Don't be afraid, guys. You can ask freely. No questions? Okay, no worries. So you can reach out to me offline if you are feeling a little shy asking questions out there. So take my contact info. If you need some more info regarding these topics, then feel free to reach out to me. All right. Okay, so we'll move ahead. Now, electronics and communication engineering, ECE, is also one of the fields which is closely related to computers, right? So this is on a very layman terms. If I tell you, it's mostly working with chips and all, right? So you might be using laptops in your day-to-day lives, or even mobile phones. So they operate on certain processing powers or processing chips, right? So like we have Snapdragon or Qualcomm going on with your mobile phones. In laptops, we have Intel, Nvidia, and now Apple has their own M series, right? So these chips are developed by certain people, and those people are the people who do this electronics and communications engineering. So it includes a lot of things like chip designing, making them faster every year, right? So every year you might see a new generation of chips are coming out. So even like with Apple, so there was M1, M2, M3, M4. So within generations, they're getting faster and faster and more compact. So chips are getting smaller and faster. So this is also one of the fields which people don't know about. That's why I wanted to give you info on this so that you know, okay, this engineering field is also available out there. So I have a couple of friends who are working already in Intel and Nvidia. So Their pay is pretty great. They're earning a lot of money, almost similar to what computer science engineers are making, and even more if you're with companies like Nvidia. So this is also one of the fields which you can explore if you're interested in, chip design, motherboard design, data storage, like SanDisk and all, right? So essentially working with chips, developing chips and designing them. So this will come under electronics and communications engineering. Now again, the use cases are very huge because you can see chips are used everywhere. So they're used in defense, they're used in communication, they're used in processing power. So everywhere chips are used. So this is also something which has a lot of scope and is not going to go out of scope in the near future, right? So it's only going to increase the number of jobs in the coming future. Now, starting salary, now this is also average number which I've taken from my friend from Intel. So 7 to 10 LPA he mentioned. But definitely if you got that potential and if you work hard enough, you can easily earn more than 12 plus as your first starting package, right? So yeah, this is about electronics and communications engineering. Moving on, we have chemical engineering. So this is also another field within engineering which you can choose. Now, chemical engineering works with a lot of other verticals like we have in CS, right? So it's not just about working with reactions and all what you might be doing right now in 11th and 12th class. So it is much more than that. It has a lot of fields like pharmaceuticals is there, petrochemicals is there, environmental tech, food processing, right? So these all industries hire chemical engineers to do stuff for them. So now if you're interested in chemistry a little bit, so then you can definitely go ahead and explore this field. Now, starting salary range I have mentioned as 3 to 5. This is from Google, but this might not be correct. It depends on your potential, definitely. I didn't have any connections within chemical engineering, so I don't know the exact numbers. But definitely, if you have potential, you can get a good package. Now, in these fields, right, like chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, or even civil engineering, you might not get initially big packages like 12 LPA or 14 LPA. But later on, as you get experience, these open up a lot of opportunities, and then you can go to higher roles and earn a good amount of salary. So, those who are going to choose chemical engineering, don't get disheartened by this number. This is a number from Google. So, if you check this number out for CSC, that would also come around 4 to 7 LPA. Since I know about that field, I have updated the numbers for the CS slide, and even electronics, I had connections in Intel, so I updated that slide. But over here, this is a purely Google number, so don't get disheartened about this if you're going to choose chemical engineering. If you're interested in this, definitely go ahead. You can easily earn good money over here as well. All right. And chemical engineering is one of the most advanced engineering subjects if you are choosing out of all. So even CSE and all will not come on top. If you are a chemical engineer, you can do CS as well. So it is going to open up a lot of subjects. You're going to study thermodynamics and other subjects as well. So it's lot related to science. So if you're interested, you can go ahead with chemical engineering. Okay, so moving on, we have civil engineering. So I think already many people might know about civil engineering. So it's basically about building the infrastructures. So things like bridges or even big buildings, right? Or even cities. So these are not built up directly. So you have to plan them out. And there's a lot of physics and calculations involved for the stability of the structure or how we can make it safe, right? So all of these things are done by civil engineers because if we don't plan these structures out, there can be a lot of disasters. So civil engineering is one of the most critical engineering fields, I feel like, because in computer engineering if you make some mistakes, the worst which can happen is some application might go down for a couple of hours or a couple of minutes, right? But if you do something wrong over here, it is a matter of life and death, definitely, right? So mm, a lot of respect to this field, and you can definitely explore this field if you are interested in building the physical world, like infrastructures, right? Smart cities, sustainable buildings. And there are a lot of employers, big employers within civil engineering. So you might have heard about L&T. So this is India's largest construction company. There is DLF, Tata Projects, and also government agencies which build highways, right? NHAI you might have heard about. DMRC, Public Works Department. So these are a lot of employers and projects which are there. So civil engineering is also one thing which you can explore if you're interested in building infrastructure. So you'll not actually build it, but you'll do the calculations and you'll basically provision people who are actually going to build it, right? So you're working as a manager and a tech lead over there. And entry level salary, again, I didn't have any connections within civil engineering. So this is also a Google based number, which is 3 to 6 LPA. But definitely what I've heard is if you get into civil engineering, the starting packages might not be that high as compared to CS or EC, which is electronics, right? So starting might be low, but as you go up, you open up opportunities where you can easily earn good amount of money. So this is about civil. Let's quickly move to mechanical. So mechanical again is I think second or third most chosen field within engineering, right? So a lot of people choose mechanical engineering because it has a lot of verticals, sub verticals, like you can see on the right side. So we have automotive, we have manufacturing, we have aerospace, right? So these topics are basically day to day life. Again, we see a lot of things around us, right? So we see cars going on, we see bikes, right? We see a lot of manufactured products. So all of this is mechanical engineering. Anything which you can see, right, which is a working prototype or a working product, it is designed by a mechanical engineer. So again, mechanical engineering is something which you can choose if you like creating physical products, right? So automotive is one of the fields which many people are interested in. So definitely this is one thing which you can explore, and there are verticals as well. So you can choose specializations within mechanical. You have to search for them though. Not every university will provide that. And then again, if you do a general MTech, later on you can do masters wherein you can choose a particular vertical. So if you want to go to automotive, you can go ahead with that. So things like this come under mechanical engineering. Now again, career growth is a number which we have taken from Google. So the numbers might differ from where you are placed at. If you get placed in a good company, definitely it can be a higher number. And yeah, a lot of opportunities are definitely present within this as well. So you can reach out to me offline. I can connect you with some mechanical engineers who can help you understand what are the opportunities. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's it for mechanical. I think we have covered all the verticals. So if you have any questions till now, maybe please feel free to ask. No, all smart students are no questions.
Sir, so sir, can you tell me the
Yeah.
difference between working in a tech company or a finance company as an engineering role?
Okay, so it's basically a question to me, right? So I'm working in a finance company, but there are other IT companies as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So see, finance companies basically work with your money, right? That's our thought process. So they are working with money. But how do you think SBI applications and all are working? So if you might have seen that YONO SBI app, right? So there are computer science engineers who build that app, and when you click on pay or you transfer your money, there is something happening on the back end, which is actually transferring your money. So everywhere you see any kind of applications, automated stuff like movement of money or anything, right? Computer science engineers have built applications behind the scene which are actually doing that. So me myself, I'm working with core banking sector, right? So we handle clients' money, but that is the purpose of the business folks. So in finance companies, there are two major verticals. So one is your business, which handles the actual clients. So like transferring the money, giving them loan, right? Things like this. Now, tech is the one who supports these people. So if you want to provide a loan to someone, so the business people will get it approved, and then the actual loan process will be sent to tech people that this person needs a loan. Can we fund him? So then a lot of tech processes will go on to see if the background of this person is okay. Can we give him this much money? Any pending loans? So all of this is not done manually. These are done automated by automated systems, right? So these things are done by software engineers. So similarly, my role is also there. So we are building applications which help these business people do their job. Okay.
Okay, sir,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's it.
So, sir, can you
Welcome.
salary aspects in tech-based company and a
Mhm.
finance-based of you working as an engineer?
Yeah, so with finance companies, it actually depends with which company you go to, right? And it also depends on your skill set. So, salary wise, I might say finance companies do pay a lot, but there are IT companies like Google and Microsoft which pay the same amount, right? So, this is a very debatable topic, I feel like, because there are some finance companies which are India based, right? So, we can talk about SBI or HDFC, there is HSBC as well, right? So these companies have a little lower package compared to global leaders. So I'm working with Morgan Stanley. They pay a good amount. There is JP Morgan as well. And then there is Goldman Sachs. If you have heard about Goldman Sachs, it's a very big company, right? So Goldman is one of the top paying companies to IT people. So if you are a fresher, you might get somewhat around 24 to 30 lakhs over there annually. And similar packages are available for pure IT companies as well. So if you join Google or Microsoft, right, you can also land 30 to 50 lakhs easily.
Sir, and what about HFTs? If you work with HFT, how it's different from finance?
Sorry, can you come again?
Sir, working at HFTs, high frequency trading firms, how it's
Oh, HFTs, right?
working?
Hmm. So, what do you understand by HFTs? These are trading companies, right? Which do a lot of trades.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So even Morgan Stanley does HFTs. So it is also a trading company, right? So major revenue of our department comes from trading. So you cannot differ between a financial company purely. So SBI, I'm not sure if they do trading or not, but Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, and Goldman Sachs, all of them do trading, right? So it depends on what team you are working with. So you might be working with the trading team. So I have a lot of friends who work with trading teams. And me myself, I'm from core banking. So we supply money to them so that they can make their trades. So we have applications around that. So it purely depends on who you are working with or who you're working for, right? So your department can be HFT. There it will be a lot of volume that will come your way, right? So the development which you do might be a little different from what we guys do. But essentially it is a outcome of computer science engineering, right? So it is something like that. Maybe if you have more questions, we can connect offline in the interest of time. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any more questions or we can move ahead?
Yes, sir. सर आपने
Hmm.
बीटेक के बाद क्या किया था?
बीटेक के बाद मैंने सीधे कंपनी ज्वाइन करी है. नो मास्टर्स नथिंग डायरेक्टली बीटेक एंड देन बैंगलोर.
जॉब आपकी कंपनी से लगी मतलब कॉलेज से लगा था ओपन से भरा था?
यस 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 कॉलेज प्लेसमेंट.
किस कंपनी?
या so mostly it is easier for engineering students to get a job directly out of college because these colleges, right, they'll call companies to your campus. And when they do that, you have to just compete with your college friends, right? Your college mates, which is easier than competing with everyone out there. So when you enter this IT industry and then you are switching, right, then you are competing with everyone around. So college say getting a direct placement is easier compared to getting it globally, like getting going out there on your own without your college support. So first preference should be to get your placement out of college. If you get that placement, then you can definitely go ahead and apply offline as well, right? So that is always an option, but I'd suggest you get a placement from your college first and then apply by your own self, right? So that will be a good option because you'll have a fallback placement. So you already have a secured package and now you can explore other options. So if you get something better, you can go ahead and choose that. Okay. Okay, fine. All right. So in the interest of time, I'll just move ahead. Maybe we can have other Q&As at the end of the session. Okay. All right. So next thing which we are going to talk about is engineering colleges in India, right? So first preferences definitely IITs are there, there are NITs, there are triple ITs, right? So these are like top colleges in India, which if you join and if you study at a decent level also, so you'll land a good job. Why? Because majorly all the companies they'll recruit from top universities, right? So even I have some friends out of BITS, right? So BITS Pilani, BITS Hyderabad. Over there, you get companies on the basis of your GPAs, on the basis of your test. So you don't even have to, sit in the entrance exams and all, which the companies take from tier two or tier three colleges. So many of my friends they went to Amazon without even giving an interview round. They were from bits, right? So similarly, if you get into a good college, it becomes easier for you to land a job. So this should be your preference. But if not, then it is not the end of the world. It's not like there are not people who graduated from tier two or tier three colleges, right? And they are also not earning a good package. So same goes for me as well. I'm from a tier three college. So Graphic Era is not a tier two or a tier one college. So if you have the right skill set, you will get the opportunity. Just that if you get into tier one or tier two, it'll be a little easier for you to get in. If you are in tier 3, you'll have to work more. Have to work harder on your skill set. You will have to improve your soft skills as well, right? So one suggestion to everyone, if you are getting into this IT industry, right? One thing which is main is you should know how to communicate. If you are not able to speak fluently or well, then the interviewers mostly they'll reject you. The reason is when you're working in a tech company or a big company, right? So then you have to communicate with a lot of people on day-to-day basis. So if you're not able to put out your points properly, or you're not able to explain to them what you're thinking, then that's a gap. So even if you are very good in tech, you write amazing code, you develop amazing applications, it'll be of no use because you're not able to communicate that. So soft skills like communication is something which you should definitely focus on, and with time you can definitely improve on that as well. So I have a personal experience. One of my friends, he was very good with tech. So he was one of the best coders in our college, but he didn't land a good company because he was a little shy and he was not able to speak with confidence or fluently. So he didn't get into a bigger company. If he had those skills, he might have landed in a very, very good company. So focus on these things as well, since communication is one of the most important skills out there. Okay. So yeah, colleges are definitely something which you should explore. If you have time, if you are in 11th or even 12th, who those people who are already pursuing JE, right? So you should focus on that. If you crack it, it will be very easy for you to get jobs. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. You have a lot of colleges out there, tier two, tier three colleges, which you can join, right? If you're joining a tier three college, I would suggest that you choose something which sits well with your finance. So the fees shouldn't be way too high. It should be affordable, and then it's totally on to you. So if you're able to work hard enough and you improve your skill set, you'll easily land a job. It shouldn't be a problem. So don't be afraid if you're not preparing for JE or other entrance exams, right? Now, bits and all, they have a separate exam. So they take on basis of, I think JE is one of them, but they have their own BITSAT exam which you can prepare for. So all of these things you can find it on Google. Whatever college you are trying to prepare for, just check what entrance exams they are, scheduling when they are scheduled. So these things are dependent on colleges. So mostly it will happen from March to July, if I'm not wrong. I think March to July. So you have to start searching somewhere around December to January. So get yourself prepped up. You should know which exam is when and what to prepare. So these things, just make a sheet out of it. So you can create an Excel sheet and enter the exams which are going to be scheduled. And then again, there are a lot of dumps out there. So dumps are basically your previous exam papers. So you can find dumps of BitSat or even the VIT exam that happens. So you can prepare on top of that because mostly the questions repeat as well. So you can prepare that ways, and yeah, so that is something which you can do. So colleges, if you want more guidance or more info on what you should do, maybe scope of this is just to touch on whatever colleges are out there or what you can choose. But if you want more info on a particular college, maybe you can reach out to me offline. I'll help you with that as well. Yeah. Okay. Now after engineering, right? So there are a lot of things which you can do along with engineering or even after engineering. One of the most pursued thing is higher studies. So you can do MTech from good colleges in India, like again, BITS is there, and then you can also go to abroad, right, and then do MS, which is Masters of Science. So you can do that as well. If you are interested towards the business side, then you can go with MBA. And for those who want to go ahead with research and all, they can choose PhD as one of the options. So higher studies is definitely one of the things which opens up. Now, one common question comes, is higher studies necessary to land a job? No, that's not the case. I have a lot of people here who are working in good roles and they haven't done masters. So the vice president, which I am working with within Morgan Stanley, he is also just done BTech. So he doesn't have any master's degree, but he is on a VP level right now. So these things don't matter that much if you have that level of knowledge and understanding. So the right level of skill set will make you eligible for anything. But some companies, right, by this logic, then you might say that BTech is also not required. But let's face the truth here, okay? So in India, you have to have a degree with you to land a job. So if you don't have a degree, you will not even be shortlisted. So this is something which you have to do regardless of the outcome, right? So you have to have at least a bachelor's degree to at least sit in a interview round so that you can go ahead. Now, masters is optional. You can definitely do that. Masters is good. You will get a lot of info there as well. But if you have industry experience, then you tend to learn those things from the industry itself, right? So yeah, that is my take on higher studies. Now, second thing which comes is government and PSUs. So if you complete your BTech, then you can go ahead and join these PSUs as well, right? So there is ONGC, there is NTBC, BHEL, IOCL, right? So all these companies are something which you can join if you are pursuing a government job. And UPSC is something which definitely you can do as well, right? So UPSC, you shouldn't start preparing after you complete your BTech. It should be done with BTech so that you have enough understanding of that topic as well. So that is there for government and PSUs. Now, defense services is there. Now, regarding defense services, TES is something which you can do right after 11th and 12th. So you can prepare for TES right now, and then you can directly join, defense services. They will help you do your BTech. So if you go via TES, BTech will be done via the defense services. Now, if you complete your engineering, you can still join the defense forces. Then that's a separate, I think, position. So TGC is there. So you can go via TGC. So defense services is definitely one thing which you can go ahead with. Now, entrepreneurship is how many people know about entrepreneurship? I think you guys might know, right? Can I get a show of hands? Okay, I see a few hands. Okay, so entrepreneurship is something like now you have knowledge about your field, right? So you know how to build applications. If we talk about computer science engineering, you know how to build apps, you know how to build websites, right? And you know how to work with AI. So you can develop some solutions around that which the people will pay you for. So you're basically starting your own company, your own startup for which you will be paid. So entrepreneurship is also something which opens up if you're doing engineering. So it is not necessary to do engineering here. If you already know how to build applications, if you have a solid idea, you can get started now as well. But this is one of the things which many people do after engineering. So they start their own company, develop their own products, and then sell it to the people who will pay for that. Okay. So yeah, these are the things which you can do after engineering. Now, we haven't covered everything. These are the major things which people do. There are a lot of other things as well. So you can definitely utilize AI again. So you can go ahead and use ChatGPT to search for things like what can I do after BTech. So it will give you unlimited things. So you can go through it once so that you can analyze and see what will be the right fit for you. Okay. So yeah, this is there. Now with engineering, definitely you have global opportunities as mentioned over here. So you're not just restricted to India. So if you go with MS, you can definitely land a job outside as well. But if you don't, then also you can give interviews and you can land a job outside. So if your plan is to settle outside of India or you want to go out and work for some time, so you can definitely pursue engineering and then apply to companies outside of India. They definitely pay well, but yeah, there are a lot of things. So if you want to pursue this, maybe we can take it as a separate topic later on. Okay. All right. So yeah, these things are the ones which I wanted to share with you guys. I think we are done with the PPT. So if any questions, maybe I can take them now. Everyone is bored, is it? Okay. No questions. All right. Okay. Anyways, but if you want to understand something which you didn't get right now, or you are still confused about what to choose, you can definitely take my contact info. You can give me a call on my cell, so I'll help you out with that. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks. Thanks everyone. I'm not able to hear. Is someone saying something?
Thank you so much, sir. It's my insightful message. As a token of appreciation, we now invite Mr. Shashwat Joshi to present a photo on behalf of our school, of our virtual guests. We request the head girl of our school, Ms. Harshita Thapa, to accept the memento on the behalf of our guest speaker. Although our guest is with us online, we will display the memento here as a gesture of heartfelt gratitude. Thank you, ma'am. We are
Hey, can
deeply
we? Sorry, can we take a picture as well? Everyone, if you can get on stage, we can click a photo. Is that okay?
at last we can take.
Okay, sure, sure, sure. Yeah. Please go ahead. Sorry, sorry.
No, but then background में Sasha would not be visible. So what we can do is we can ask some of the students to stand not on the stage but below the stage, and
Hmm.
then we can have Sashwat there in the background. And
Yeah,
if
that works
Navneet
as
sir
well.
could pin his video.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
We are deeply grateful to Shashwat sir for joining us virtually and sharing his inspiring journey. We also thank our respected director sir, managing director ma'am, principal ma'am, teachers, the organizing team, and everyone who contributed to make this event a success. With that, we come to the end of this special episode of Executive Uprising. Let us take today's lessons to heart. Believe in yourself, work hard, and never stop dreaming. Thank you, and have a wonderful day ahead.